Hi everyone, welcome or welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I wanted to go ahead and give you some manifestation advice in terms of what to do when you're feeling a little bit triggered in your 3D, or you're not seeing movement, or you're putting your person or the thing that you want on a pedestal, you're putting your manifestation on a pedestal, there's these circumstances that are bothering you, okay? I'm going to go ahead and create kind of like I don't even know what to call it, like not really a roadmap, but just kind of a visual for you to um, look at whenever you feel a little bit triggered or down, or you just need some like manifestation motivation, because there are certain times where I really let the 3D get to me, even though I know the 3D that's happening right now that isn't what I want, is literally just a bridge of incidents and is false. you know Even though like I know all that, sometimes it's like I'm a 3D person living in the 3D. you know I, I get triggered, we all do, and that's completely fine. It's up to us to like validate our feelings, and what we do after that is really what dictates what our future will look like. Okay, so it really matters, how you handle things in the aftermath. So yeah, let me go ahead and get started. I'm just gonna go ahead and kind of like wing this a little bit. I do have some ideas on. Okay, I like literally got the idea to do this video in another like manifestation advice, like pick a card reading that I was doing. So yeah, I'm kind of just like winging this. I haven't really like planned this video out, so I don't know if you have any like advice or recommendations or just like video topics that you want me to cover. I will definitely do that. But yeah, let me just go ahead and get started with the first thing that I notice in my client calls. I do, manifestation coaching, and pretty much like every single client, like most clients that have, come to me have, kind of like struggled with this. But basically, commitment issues. Like your SP is not committing. SP not committing. Or they're saying all these like things that you don't want to hear, like, oh, I'm just not ready for a relationship, or like, I don't, this is just not the right time, or, those typical things that we've all heard at some point. I'm going to use a different color to show you what affirmations you can say to like reverse this. So the affirmation here, one of them would be, I feel secure within myself. So security affirmations. The reason why your person is not showing up the way that you want them to is because you yourself could be feeling a little bit insecure about the connection, or you have this assumption about them that they're insecure, or it could be a mix of both. So that's when you have to say security affirmations, like, I feel so secure in our in my relationship. I feel so secure. First of all, within myself, I always recommend doing self concept. I feel so secure within myself. I feel so secure. Also, mind my handwriting. I work in tech, so I like don't really write that much. Although I mean, I do script a lot, but I still have third grade handwriting at the end of the day. I promise I'll get better. But yeah, I feel so secure in my romantic relationships. Okay, when you start saying this, your person will, reflect that back to you. Let's choose another color actually. I love the iPad. I love the Apple Pencil. This is like a dupe. This is not even the actual Apple Pencil. I had one. It was like $100, but I got this knockoff from Amazon for like I think like $30, and it works just as well. Yeah, but this is what's gonna happen once you start affirming. You know, they're gonna be like, "Oh, I changed my mind," because that's actually happened to me. I've had like my SP, like one of them tell me like, "Yeah, this is just not the right time. I'm just not ready," and like of course, like in my mind, I'm just like, "Yeah, maybe he's just like not that into me or whatever." But he did end up coming back and like saying like, "I genuinely just was not ready," because he was going through a lot. He had a lot of like emotional baggage. He had like back pains and like physical things that kind of like manifested emotionally, or like vice versa. He was like genuinely going through a lot, and actually like in the time that we were separated, he wasn't even dating anyone else. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I did check his like socials, and like I didn't see him like following anyone new. I talked about this in my success story. You can definitely check out the first couple success stories in my law of assumption playlist. Yeah. But I changed my mind. I'm ready now. They will like reflect back the self concept to you. They will start feeling secure. They will start feeling um, like secure in this connection, secure within themselves. Okay, so it all boils down to these security affirmations, or like any sort of security affirmations you want to say. It all boils down to your self-concept about how secure you feel, because they're just representing a part of you that you may need to address, heal, or balance, or feel more secure within. Okay, like they're not really outside of you, they're not separate from you. Okay, but definitely if this is happening, like they're not committing, or they're not talking to you, or they're not like um, really coming forward or showing up the way that you want them to, definitely say these affirmations. Actually, that brings me to the next sort of like issue that I've seen happen in a lot of my client calls, and even in my own life. Like they're not showing up as the best version of themselves. SP not showing up ideally or the way you want them to. Okay, so this is when you will say after, oh my gosh, where is the green? Okay, I'm just gonna choose another color. Darn, I thought the green would show up. Okay, I'm just gonna guesstimate. Sorry about this. I swear I will get better at technology. I literally work. Oh, that works. Okay, yeah, but this is when you start affirming, I am the best version of myself. Okay, I am the best version of myself, or I have always been the best version of myself. That way, like, you'll even revise the situation. Anything that they did that sort of triggered you, like when you say, I have always been the best version of myself, they will reflect back that self concept to you. Okay, so you can even say, I have always been the best version of myself. That way they will also show up as the best version of themselves. And this could look like, them um, being in like constant contact, respecting your relationship more, unfollowing people on social media that make you uncomfortable, or like, not flirting with other people, or, whatever like issues that you could be having. This looks different for different people, but these are like the most common ones that I notice. Respecting you and the relationship more. Um, what else? Anything that you want. So I would even say, like, write down what the best version of themselves looks like. Okay, like, how do you want them to show up? Okay, like, how do you want them to appear in your reality? Make a list. I know for some of you, you've already done this, but look back at the list. What are they doing so far? If you can't cross out at least one thing on your list every time you look at it, then that's a sign for you to work on your self concept, and say, I'm the best version of myself. That's a sign for you to work on your self concept in relation to this person. And actually, even just saying this, you'll start noticing like other good things happening to you. And that's a sign that your SP will conform. It's known as birds before land. Okay. It's a sign that your SP will be next. I know some of these things, you already know, but I know there's definitely new people that watch these videos. So, yeah, sometimes I will like reiterate these concepts, but, they will like definitely show up as like the version of them that you want them to. Okay. So, yeah. And um, I know for some of you, like, you struggled with like loyalty and commitment in the past. These work for those as well. Okay, loyalty, commitment. Again, loyalty and commitment also stem, like, okay, loyalty and commitment issues stem from security. So, or not feeling secure enough. So it's like, once you start saying these, they will be, loyal to you. They will respect you. They will give you, commitment, like I mentioned. So, like, I was gonna like give you a lot more affirmations in this video, but I really think like these two affirmations, or like some sort of variation of these affirmations, is really gonna solve like any problem that you're having with your SP. Okay, with or like in your love life, in your relationships. Of course, there's a lot more affirmations that we can talk about here. Yeah, actually, there's one more thing that I wanted to address, like circumstances, and especially a third party. I'm going to tell you what to do to completely get rid of that, and get your person back and keep them for good. Yeah, but definitely, security affirmations, and like, saying you're the best version of yourself is like, it's always gonna help you win at the end of the day, always. Okay, so yeah, at this point I'm just like repeating things. That's just kind of the way I do videos. I myself, like, I'm someone who like, needs repetition, and I do think repetition is really, really powerful. So like, I like rewatch videos or watch videos where like people are just like saying the same thing. Like this is not really new knowledge. I mean, unless you're completely new to this. I know some people look for like new things all the time. Like, oh, what can I do? Like, what new scientific facts? Like, can I learn about? Like, I mean, it's completely fine to keep learning. But at the end of the day, when you really want something, you're gonna sit down. You're gonna affirm. You're gonna script. You're gonna visualize. You're gonna repeat these affirmations, and you're gonna keep doing it until you start seeing movement in your reality. Okay, when you really, really want something, trust when I say your mind will do whatever it takes to give you that. One sort of Alexa, stop! Oh my gosh, wow. Okay, totally forgot she was on. But one thing I wanted to say is have you ever like watched those movies where like the main character has like 2 or 3 days to come up with money, or else like something bad's gonna happen? Like that's literally with affirmations. Like when you really, really want something, you will sit down, you will affirm, you will persist, you will not stop until you get that. And I know it might seem a little bit desperate, but here's the thing that I want to talk about. I don't think like I used to think like, oh, desperate, needy energy, like that's like unattractive, this or that. It's only bad when you're like physically blowing up someone's phone, or you're taking like action in the 3D. But it's okay to want something. It's okay to even want something really badly, as long as like you're thinking thoughts in favor of you having that thing. Okay, like I wanted my job badly, I wanted financial stability badly, I wanted my SP badly too. Okay, all of these things, like they're not really that much different from each other. Okay, it's just like the limits that our mind puts on them. It's okay to want what you want, as long as you're not putting them on the pedestal. That's the other thing that I wanted to talk about. Let's say there's some sort of like circumstances that are getting in the way here. So circumstances could look like 3P, and 3P doesn't always have to be a person. It could be distance, it could be a job. In fact, I don't even want to write down person, okay, because if you manifested them, you can manifest them away easily and quickly. Okay, if there's anything I've personally been good at, is manifesting, like manifesting away like competition. Like even for like I've applied for a lot of jobs, and it's just like I've gotten like pretty much like most of the jobs that like I've at least interviewed for. Like of course I've like applied to a lot of jobs that I never heard back from, but it's like I was really good at eliminating competition. And even like 3Ps when it came to like love and relationships. Like there was this one SP that I really liked a while back, and it's like every single like person he followed, like they would like end up like unfollowing or blocking each other. And I was like kind of surprised. I'm like, oh my gosh. And I didn't even like focus on the 3P. I just focused on being chosen. Okay, so this is where you will say, I have, sorry, I have always been chosen and prioritized. The minute that 3P comes up, the minute you feel triggered, you have to tell yourself, I have always been chosen and prioritized. I will, that's the only reality you take, and that will eliminate a 3P so fast. Okay, the minute you think of 3P, just associate them with the words like chosen and prioritized. You've always been chosen. Nope, nope, there's no 3P. I'm always chosen. I'm always first best. I'm the only option. Okay, I'm the only option. I'm the best option. Yeah, I'm the only slash best option. And also, no one compares to me. I really like this. Okay, there's something magical about this affirmation. I'm gonna start. Okay, no one compares to me. Or alternatively, I'm one of a kind. You guys, trust when I say this will have them thinking about you for ages. Like no matter who they're with, no matter what they're doing, they're always going to be thinking about you. I know a lot of you could have heard that affirmation going around on TikTok, and it's okay to say affirmations about your SP, but I would say self-concept is the best, fastest way to get what you want. And that did happen. Okay, like there was this guy that I went on like 2 dates with that like this guy was like following a lot of people on Instagram. He was like the first one to watch my stories for like 10 months straight. And like this guy, like he had a lot of friends, he had really busy career, like like pretty elaborate like social life. And he was like always like within like the first like 10 people to watch my stories, or never like missed a story like within 5 or 10 minutes of me posting it. And yeah, genuinely, like I like I don't even think my best friends like stalk my story this much. And this was an SP that like I was interested in a while back, but then I didn't really like want him anymore. But yeah, my point is like I just focused on like self concept affirmations, and I just said like, yeah, I'm one of a kind, I'm unforgettable, no one compares to me. I'm so special. Yeah. Anyone would be lucky to be with me. And yeah, I also want to know this will help you take them off the pedestal, okay? So anytime you feel a little bit triggered that, oh my gosh, they chose someone else or something over you or work over you, you're kind of putting them off, on the pedestal. So you have to take them off the pedestal by saying these things, okay? This will help take them off the pedestal. This will help redirect the focus and energy back to you. And when you do that, they will start focusing on you. They will, redirect their energy to you. Of course, you can have you can have them in mind when you say this. Okay, I do think a little bit of intention definitely goes a long way. Although your subconscious mind knows exactly who and what it is that you want. It's okay to say their name. It's okay to say like specific person affirmations. But I will say the surefire way to getting everything you want in life is self-concept. I'm sorry for the glare. I'm just gonna go ahead and like um, yeah, put this here. You can take a screenshot of this. And again, mind my handwriting. Okay, this was like so like last minute and random. I swear I didn't plan this video at all. I literally just got the idea for this video like 5 minutes before filming this. So I do apologize if it was a little bit all over the place. But trust when I say this helps, this works, okay? You don't need to like overcomplicate things at all. But I know that sometimes, like I said, things can trigger us in the 3D, and it's completely fine. You could just validate yourself, feel the emotion, let it pass. But once you do, get back to affirming. And when you affirm these things, what you're essentially doing is creating a new neural pathway, okay, which is really important. You're getting rid of that old way of thinking. You're literally creating a new mind. You're literally changing your DNA. You're literally like changing, healing, if you will, on a cellular level. Like you're literally changing the cells of your body. Like I've seen, I've read like multiple success stories of like how someone manifested themselves out of like illness, sickness, disease, even like cancer by just like envisioning their white blood cells. That's known for having, or that's known for fighting like bacteria and diseases. I think it's called like leukocytes or something like that. Yeah, like they envision their white blood cells um, like completely obliterating like the cancer cells, and like that's the same thing with your mind. Okay, like imagine like those bad thoughts as like um, let's say like blue colored cells or something, and like those good thoughts is your white blood cells, and it's like those white blood cells are like completely obliterating like the blue blood cells. I know for some of you guys, like if you are a little bit visual, like you can literally like create a cartoon and like just envision that. But I know for a lot of you, just like affirming, so just stick to that. Just stick to like affirming these things whenever you feel triggered, whenever you feel like, oh my gosh, like things are just not going the right way. You have to have some kind of like you know either visual or something that you go to in your mind when you get triggered. It's like the rubber band technique. Like whenever like someone felt triggered or they thought about something, like they would like put a rubber band around their wrist and like kind of flick their wrist really gently as a reminder for them to not think about that or think about something completely different. I believe this is called like pattern disruption. Okay, yeah, I've heard like multiple people talk about this. People that are into like neuroscience, and have read Joe Dispenza's books. It's called, yeah, pattern disruption. So whenever you think of something triggering, like say a random word like pineapple, lemon, or banana or something. But I will say, take that a step further and like just say like these keywords. Nope, I'm chosen, I'm prioritized. It's as easy as that. I'm chosen, I'm prioritized. It doesn't need to be like a long like convoluted affirmation. Just like pick one word that makes you feel good in that moment, and flip the script, change the thoughts. Okay, I'm the best version of myself right now. Someone's showing up, someone's being rude to you, someone's disrespecting you. Nope, I'm the best version of myself right now. Or you can even say like I'm always loved and respected. I love this one. I'm always loved and respected. I'm always admired. And don't accept it. Okay, one thing I do want to let you know is observe don't absorb, especially negative things. It's okay to absorb like positive things. That's completely fine, but it's really really important for you to be neutral to certain situations. Okay, it's important for you to like be neutral to these things in the blue here, and the way to like neutralize your emotions and eventually transmute them into something positive is to say the things in the green here. Okay, so yeah, definitely take a screenshot of this or like write this down, and you'll be fine. You'll be fine. You'll manifest like faster than ever. Okay, but it's just a matter of you catching yourself when you're going through these times, or when you find yourself spiraling. And once you do that and you like diligently affirm these things, you end up creating this new neural pathway. And once you practice this enough, like it'll be second nature. Like for a lot of you that drive or ride a bike, you don't have to think too hard to do that, right? Like that's the same with affirming, and you will get your SP back in no time. You will get all your desires. This works for other aspects of life too. Maybe I'll make another video for like job and financial stability and career, or if there's any other videos you want me to cover, like health, I will help you with that as well. But yeah, do let me know. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and stop talking. Okay, I feel like there's a lot more that can be said, but I don't, I genuinely, I don't want to make this like harder than it is. Simplify things. Don't make life more complicated than it is. Okay, life doesn't have to be complicated. See, another affirmation: life is so simple and easy. Life is so fun and easy for me. Okay, sorry, like my entire videos are literally just like me brain dumping, but I really like that. Sometimes, like when I just feel a little bit triggered, I will literally say life is so easy and fun for me. Like it's not even that serious. It's not even that deep. Okay, I know it's like gaslighting, but again, like once you persist in something enough, even if it feels like a complete lie, it will persist. It will harden into fact. It will become the truth. Even the biggest lie, when persisted in, becomes the truth. Even like someone who lives in poverty can become a millionaire. I've seen so many rags to riches stories just because they didn't give up. Okay, they found a way to get rich. They maybe like they've said like I'm done. I'm done living in poverty. I want a good life, and maybe there's so many ways this could have played out, but I've heard of like insane stories of like them like seeing a book at like a coffee shop, like Rich Dad Poor Dad, or seeing like a listing in a newspaper article, like for a job. Like read the Mind Control Method by Jose Silva. He did this to like become more financially stable. But it's like even just having the desire is enough. Even wanting love, wanting money is enough. Okay, because like when you want something, your brain will do whatever it takes for you to get that. Like Sammy Ingram said, your subconscious mind is a proof producing machine. So once you like activate your mind, or like you train your mind to think of that thing enough. And again, I think even just having the desire is enough. And like of course, like acting upon it with intention. And when I say acting, I mean affirming. um Persisting in your affirmations, like you will get resources that will help you get to where you want to be. Okay, so yeah, trust in yourself, trust in your abilities to manifest. Yeah, just trust in your manifestation abilities. Okay, this is my last affirmation for real, but I have faith in myself, or I trust myself to give me what I want. I have complete and utter faith in my manifestation abilities. That also helps tremendously. um, just say these affirmations whenever you feel like you need a little bit of motivation and help, and you will manifest in no time. I for real am going to end the video right here. I do want to let you know that I offer in-depth tarot readings as well as manifestation coaching, and I also have a guide out on my Etsy that you can use to manifest love, a specific person, new love, soulmate love. Okay, so do check that out. All of that will be in the description box below. I also have a Patreon where for $5 a month you'll get um, I give you like exclusive manifestations, or exclusive affirmations that you can use to manifest whatever it is that you want. Okay, so $5 a month for unlimited readings on Patreon. Okay, this is like the extension of those pick a card readings. So if you're interested in any of these services, check out the description box below where you will see my website. And yeah, I will for real end the video right here. Thank you so much for tuning in, and happy manifesting.